Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of Shattered Bonds. This is our first actual stream on the IntrepidDM Twitch. We are officially starting our channel. So, thank you to everyone out there. I want to run a real quick introduction on the cast. We got Mordithas Bryren. Go ahead and wave to him, Morty. We got Voxis Farad. Go ahead and give me a wave there. And we have Brick. And then we have Cloaky. Cloaky is a little camera shy, which is okay. All the same, we love her. So, last we left off, the group had made their way through the Underdark. And they had come across a group of hookors where combat ensued. After a few rounds of combat, the cavern started to shake and erupted great purple worm from the wall. And the group, not quite sure to how to react, started to run, at which point another purple worm erupted, separating the group as we proceeded to do a skill challenge. After various uses of their skills, the party had managed to outrun the purple worms, also while causing a great deal of damage to them. One of the purple worms had swallowed a flaming sphere, and another had done a tremor-style careen into a crevice full of stalagmites. So, after which, Morty and Voxis had encountered a deep gnome who was a forward scout for a mining expedition for the gnomes of Swerfhaven. After a brief discussion with him, they were led to Swerfhaven. I can't say it. It's hard. Swerfhaven. And on the other side, Brick and Cloaky had encountered some strange ruins with the statue of an elven-like figure that they have never seen before. At least a race of elves they've never seen. After a few moments, Brick had fallen unconscious, and Cloaky had had a brief discussion with a elf that seemingly melded out of stone with a couple of guards. Now, after some pleasantries were exchanged, if you can call them pleasantries, Cloaky had awakened Brick and had gotten information about the general direction of a town they might seek refuge. So they had started to travel that way. Fast forward a little bit, Cloaky and Brick reach Swerfhaven first, at which Brick had had a momentary encounter with one of the guards that was rather cute, with a quartz unicorn and the craftsmanship needed. They were taken into the city by a elder known as Madik, and then shortly after arriving to his home, where they were granted stay till they could meet with the elders to share information and gather information, a Gurk, the Swerfneblin that Voxis and Morty had encountered, led them to the front of Swerfhaven as well, upon which they entered. And the group was reunited with the shock of finding each other again, causing structural damage to Medic's home. that is where we will pick up, is the group finding each other and now reunited. So, guys and gals, what, as we sit, Brick, you are now shoulder deep into the second floor. The door has been opened by a Gurk, and the rest of the party can now see Brick. It is like I said, it's just about 6 foot, if not 6 foot, ceiling in here, as the gnomes aren't very tall.
Morty? Are you there?
I sure am, buddy! God, I've missed you! I can't believe you're alive! You saw those giant purple worms? Those things were, like, chasing after it. I shoved I shoved the flaming sphere down his throat. It was great. I hope it burned.
I'm not sure now's the time for this conversation. We need to get him out of the ceiling, please, and fix this hole you created in a home of someone who has offered you hospitality. I don't think we need to be chit-chatting right now.
I'm sorry,
Glad you're here! This is great! I'm so happy that both of you are not, unalive.
While they're talking, I'm going to go ahead and cast Reduce on Brick.
Okay.
Make him a little smaller here.
Brick, you go down from medium to small, so you are roughly probably about the size of a dwarf now.
Holy crap, you're pocket-sized.
Guys, why'd you get such bigger?
So a Gurk at sea in this is, well, that shouldn't be a problem. I mean, most of the elders are capable of shaping stone anyways, so...
Don't worry, friend, I'll fix it.
Okay. He looks at you like, now?
I mean, I can if you want me to.
It doesn't matter to me. I was just bringing you here to meet with your friends.
Please fix it now.
Voxis, I'm gonna need you to drop the spell on me. Brick squats down.
I'll release concentration.
So, have you moved at all? Did you move at all?
He walked over and then squatted down like in his shrunken form, so that now when I grow back again, I don't just into another spot.
Okay, that's what I was hoping to hear. Otherwise, you would have went through the ceiling again. Just repeatedly going through the ceiling.
All right, now we're playing tic-tac-toe.
Okay. A Gurk looks at your party. Is there anything I can bring you while you're waiting? Food, water,
refreshments would be nice. At least some water.
So, Voxis, you actually look over to a table by where they were sitting, and you see what looks to be some blue cheese. At least it looks to be cheese, but it's colored blue. Some greenish, almost looks like molded bread. And it looks like a pitcher on the table as well, though you can't really see what's inside. And well, I'll see what I can get you. I'll be right back. I gotta go let Medic know that I brought you here.
Don't tell him about the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, no, I promise.
Can
I'm a Gurk, by the way.
Nice to meet you. My name's Brick. And he holds out like his massive 3-fingered hand.
Nice to meet their friends. They spoke highly of you and thought you were dead.
I am most certainly not dead.
You have no idea. I didn't know how did you guys survive?
Cloaky runs really fast.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We kind of rocked that stuff. No pun intended. But we set fire to that worm demon, We froze it. You know, Voxis turned into like this weird shadow bat thing and flew with his cloak thing, and I don't even know what he did, but it was fantastic.
Morty. I climbed down its throat and tore its heart out.
Really?
Yes.
See, Morty, I
can
tried
verify,
telling you
absolutely.
they'd be fine.
What'd you say, Cloaky?
I can verify. I was there. Absolutely true. Amazing.
Oh. What's it like on the inside?
Very dark.
At this, a Gurk takes off. You guys are left to
no,
your own devices.
Brick doesn't have anything. Okay, can Brick like even attempt to start fixing this thing?
You can. I mean, there's the crumbled stone around it.
Cool.
You don't.
Brick's like sticking his arm through and like scooping the stuff that came through the top.
You could try to make a type of mortar if you had the right materials. I mean, there's plenty out there. So.
Okay. So I can't start right now just because I don't have the materials for it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So. Okay. Yeah. I'll just wait, but I am gonna fix it. By God, I'm gonna fix this thing.
And at this point, it is probably 7 or 8 in the evening. You guys did travel for the most of the day to get here.
Hey, Brick, got a question for you.
Yes,
you think
Morty.
Morty's gonna open up his row of useful items and go, you think the iron door will help? You know, for the hole?
It might.
Listen, I'm just saying, it seems like a great way for easy access to both floors.
I like your thinking, Morty.
I hate both of you.
Okay.
We'll keep that as a plan B, Morty. Just let me try and fix the hole first, and then all else fails, door.
You got it, buddy.
All right. So you work around gathering up some materials that are readily available. You know, dirt and sand and anything that you can find outside. Water from the pitcher.
Morty spit in this. I'd do it, but I can't.
Morty spits
If,
into whatever he's asking me to spit into.
His hand.
Wonderful.
If only we had a wizard with some helpful spells here.
I know, right? It'd be so much more, it'd be so much easier for all of us. I mean, it'd be great if there was a wizard, around here that could possibly do something to fix the ceiling. Voxis, I think you should study a little bit more. Maybe you could be that wizard.
Sorry, I don't like stealing books.
You don't have to steal books. Nobody said you had to, but I totally think that you should take up some wizardry.
Maybe in the future. We'll see. Last time, to be fair, last time I opened up a book, a demon did try to kill me.
He's
Good
not
point.
wrong.
I don't think books are your forte.
I don't think anyone is concentrating on the fact that someone tore a hole into the roof of our host.
Cloaky, we got this. Don't even worry about it. If push comes to shove, we can shove a door up there and we're done.
All right.
I'm fairly certain a door is not a floor.
It can be.
No.
Anything's
Yes.
a floor if it's big enough.
And
No.
if you try hard enough.
The answer is no.
But it could be.
Do you want me to roll a Mason's tools check for this?
Yes, please. Go
Okay.
ahead and roll me a tools proficiency check.
And you want me to add my intelligence to this?
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
go with
okay.
intel.
Okay. 1d20.
I should honestly give you disadvantage for trying to do this with scrapping just bits and pieces together that you can.
Do you want me to roll with
can
advantage?
Can Brick's a warrior? Can I cancel out the disadvantage by playing my drum in a beat?
Oh yeah.
So you want to give him an inspiration?
Do it. Come on.
Just playing the drum.
Okay.
In a military type sound.
It's it's nice to work to, but I'm still gonna say let's go with disadvantage on the check. If either of the roll turns up a 1, worse things are gonna happen.
Okay.
So we're just praying. Are you giving me inspiration, like actual inspiration boxes? I'm not asking you to, but are you actually?
I don't.
I thought it was just ruled that
I
you don't.
suppose I can.
No, you don't got it. I don't want you to make
I can give you one. You get an extra D8.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna add a D8 to whatever this is. Cool. I'm adding the D8 because that's a 6. 14.
Okay. 14 is good enough that you basically take some ramen, you crush it up, put it on the hole, use some lacquer, and you patch it up. And you know that it will hold at least a person of his size.
Well, that's all we need to worry about.
Yeah. Other than that, if anything bigger goes through that area up above, it's not going to be as solid. Given time, it probably would be, but as of right now, you can definitely tell there is a patch job there. It does not match his decor of the rest of the room.
Look, Cloaky,
Hey,
it's
Rick,
like it's
why
not
don't
even
you
there.
wait outside? Just
Okay.
wait outside. Thank you.
Rick, I think you did an amazing job there. That looks just like new.
Rick very carefully walks out the front door.
Okay. You do. You exit. You do have to turn sideways and kind of like scoot yourself out. But you find yourself back outside relatively easily.
So just for the theater of the mind, what does Brick see as he's sitting out front?
So when you're sitting out front, you see the vastness of the town. A lot of these are, I'm trying to think of how to describe it best. So, there are kind of like the clay buildings in Southeast America. I can't remember the tribes that used them.
Like the Adobe buildings?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of have an idea what you're talking about now.
Yeah. Where they're kind of stepped on top of each other. You see the wood posts coming out. It's mostly clayed and stone build. And it forms around the center of the town, which kind of like spirals up. But you guys are in the middle of a large cavern. And there are walkways out to the other sides of the cavern. In the center of the town, you can see people bustling about, but it is kind of a multi-tiered town. In the center, you see what looks to be you can't really call it like a cathedral or anything like that, but it is definitely some kind of large, probably governmental building for them.
They're industrious people.
So as of right now, that's what you see. When you exit outside, you do see people kind of continue on about their business, but they do stare at you. You can roll me a perception check.
Oh, here we go. Brick's great at these. Brick is famous for his perception checks. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
So a 7. You stand outside. Everything seems pretty casual. Nobody really seems to be spending too much time staring at you.
Yeah, as people pass by, Birch go, evening.
Yeah.
Evening.
You do see a Swerfhaven, a deep gnome, you're guessing merchant or farmer, you're not quite sure, but he's got a little cart, and it's filled to the brim with some kind of fungus or something in the back. It smells kind of rank, but it is actually being pulled by a lizard that is kind of hunched on all fours, and the snout, if you hadn't seen dire rats before, you would almost think this is a dire rat of twice the size and less fur, as it is pulling the cart full of this stuff.
Huh. Okay.
The rest of you inside, what are you currently doing?
Morty is marveling at the sheer skill that Brick used to repair the ceiling.
I was gonna say if Morty didn't follow Brick out, that I would have followed him out to keep him company, so he wasn't all by himself.
Okay.
I'm going to be cleaning up the mess I assume still exists.
Okay. So, how long are you guys sitting here waiting then, or are you going to try and leave? What is the plan for the rest of the evening for your characters, I should ask?
Well, Morty's under the assumption that while we're in this town, we are safe from giant worms that could eat him. So he's very much just, I'm good here.
Okay.
Brick was under the assumption that someone was gonna come get them, and
Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
oh, while we're waiting, Brick's gonna fill in Morty and Voxis on what he remembers, which is not much, of their encounter in that strange statue cavern.
Okay.
And then say that Cloaky's probably going to know more. I can't remember much.
Okay. So that is shared with the party. After about an hour or so, Brick, you're the first to see Medic is coming back down the street, and he has two of the guardsmen with him. As he approaches you outside, and he says, "Greetings."
In Dwarvish, hello.
He gives you a nod, and he says, "Why are you outside?"
You may not have noticed, I am rather large, and I feared that I may accidentally cause unwanted destruction in places where I am too large to be in. So I decided to sit outside with my good friend Voxis.
And I'll just wave at him.
Oh, a pleasure.
I clearly don't speak Dwarven, so
you're new. You weren't here when I left. You must be their companion.
Yes, our other one, Morty, is inside.
Well, my name is Medic. I am one of the elders of Swerfhaven.
What language is he speaking in?
Dwarvish, because that's what Brick had addressed him in.
Okay, so I know nothing.
Fox, you sitting there?
After a second, he realizes that you might not speak that, and he tries Undercommon.
I'll just kind of shake my head no, and kind of just hold my hand up like can't understand him.
Speaks in gnome? No?
Same thing.
I apologize. Voxis does not speak.
I'll speak. I'll just say a simple phrase, like I can speak, and I'll say that in Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
Okay. He says in Dwarvish, it'll probably be good having a translator, as you and your priestess friend I could understand.
Yes, Cloaky is well versed in several languages. Speaking
that is good.
Speaking of which, Brick sticks his head back in the door. Cloaky, Morty, there are people here.
People? Morty's just gonna stroll right outside to the to Brick's command, or to Brick's phrase, term, yeah, whatever. I can't talk right now. Don't mind me.
I'll walk outside and immediately address Medic and tell him that someone put a hole in the ceiling, but we've done our best to mend it and clean up.
Question: Are you saying? Yeah, what language are you saying that in?
No, she doesn't speak Dwarvish, so no, I don't know what she's saying.
It's obviously Undercommon because I'm the only one who speaks Undercommon.
Oh. He motions his hand.
With that horribly different dialect.
He looks at Brick and then looks back to you, Cloaky, and he says, that was that's probably my fault for not thinking of the heights of others, and I am sorry for that. And don't worry about it. It's easily mended here. He points up and he says, stalactites often fall into town, and sometimes there's accidents, but generally we have a good warning about that.
Morty's just gonna look up to where he's pointing. Are those gonna fall on us?
No, that's not what he said. Relax. There's a whole thriving
with
here.
that,
You're fine. It's fine. You're fine.
He says,
pointing up there.
The Stone Seer will gather the council on the morrow, and we shall exchange information as you had asked for. Until then, I will take you to our market, if that would please you. We do have some goods down here that we have traded among other races that may help you, as well as our own personal workings with gems and whatnot.
What language is he speaking?
Undercommon.
Yeah, he's talking.
Because he was talking to you, Cloaky.
All right, I will tell the party that he's willing to take us to the market if we would like, and in the morning we shall exchange information. Hopefully, we'll find something out about the Umbragen so we can be on our way.
But we're safe here.
You can roll me an insight, Cloaky.
Okie doke.
Okay, with the 14, you do notice that body language-wise, when you say Umbragen, he does kind of shift a little, but just kind of like an uncomfortableness to that word.
That's fair, and I agree.
So he looks at you and looks at the rest of your group and gives a nod. Same insight would note that he's awaiting something.
I'll let him know that it seems like the party is interested in going to the markets. Since no one actually answered, I'm just gonna assume they want to go shopping.
Okay. He motions you towards the walkway, and he leads the way through the town. And like I described, kind of to Brick, what you see on the screen is very similar. The smokestacks aren't obviously as high, but there are braziers with fire going.
I don't think you have us on that page.
Nope. We're definitely
on the
looking at bones and death.
I'm
and tally
sorry
marks.
about that. Let me switch you pages then.
There
Oh,
we
it's
go.
beautiful.
Okay. So, that is more akin to what you should be seeing. As they lead you up and around, they lead you to a wide open area that there are people, like I said, like Medic said, there's not really a tavern in town, but there is an open kind of like yard where people gather at tables and drink, or just an area of what's the word? An area where a common area. That's the best thing I can come up with right now. So you do see a couple stalls where people, some Swerfhaven are selling what looks to be food or trading for it at least. And same thing. There seems to be a stall where they're passing out drinks, and a few other bits and bauble shops. Looks like mostly stonework kind of items, like jewelry or metallurgy, those sort of trades. Everyone can still hear me.
Yes. Are there
Okay.
any magical item shops that that Morty would be able to identify?
Just looking around, no. As you're looking around, Medic tugs on your cloak and says something that you don't understand. Cloaky, you
It's a cloak.
you catch. Is there something I can help you to find?
I'm assuming he's still tugging on my cloak.
Yep, and you're smiling
Yeah.
and nodding,
It's a
and now
cloak!
he's smiling and nodding at you.
Oh god.
I'll ask him if there's anything. Like, ask Morty. Is there anything that you're looking for? You fucking idiot.
Hey, that was rude. But yes, are there any magical item shops? I would love to see what they have. Or libraries. Do they have libraries with magical tomes or anything magic? Magic.
We might want to avoid libraries for a
Of
while,
course,
Morty.
yes.
No. Only Voxis needs to.
Okay, I'll ask, and I will turn to Medic and ask if they have any magic shops around.
We do have an armory, and we have various items that are found throughout the travels there that we might be willing to trade with. Yes.
He said that they don't have any libraries in town. I'm sorry.
Oh, we do have
Aw.
libraries. We don't have magic.
Oh no,
shops.
I'm saying that in common.
Oh, okay.
Aww. I was hoping.
In Dwarvish, Brick's gonna ask, could you perchance spare one of those fine picks I see your guardsman carrying?
Yeah. At the armory, you could probably purchase one or trade for one.
Excellent. Does he point in the general direction of the armory?
He turns and speaks to one of the guards in Undercommon. Cloaky, you understand him giving directions to escort you around town to any place you need to go to. And then he turns to you, Cloaky, and says, unfortunately, he'll lead you around town, but his vocabulary is much limited like mine is. So you and your warrior friend here, Sir Knight, will have to translate for the rest of your party.
We appreciate your help. Thanks.
He gives you a nod and he says, I have other things I must attend to, and I will meet you back at my hearth in the evening.
Okay, thank you.
He bows and he smiles and waves at the rest of you guys and says something in Undercommon, which is fine travels, and he walks off.
I'll let the party know that this guard is going to lead us around town to wherever we need to go.
Awesome. All right. So magical armories, right?
Yes. Let's. I would like to head to this armory first.
Okay. So the guard takes you to the barracks, and you make your way in. The building's not really different from the outside. The only difference that you can see is it looks like they've embedded more akin to like metal veins, like veins of metal through the stone in the building wall.
Brick is 110% just marveling at it.
As you approach the door, it does look to be bronze, the same as a lot of their armors have been. And the guard pushes the door open and leads you inside. And upon entering, it looks like a military barracks. To the right-hand side, you see a large bunking area, and to the straight ahead, it looks like some kind of lounge area. And then you actually see stairs that lead to a lower area, a little bit to the left of that, and off to the side you do see what looks to be a area that's been chained off, like sections of chain crisscrossing to create almost like a fence. And you see a counter and what looks to be a deep gnome sitting behind the counter, currently filling out some looks like he's filling out paperwork on little leaflets of some kind of parchment. You're not quite sure what that parchment is made out of, but it doesn't look normal. Behind him, you can see there are a variety of armor racks, weapon racks. You can also see there are racks of general supplies, ropes, hooks, barrels, a little bit of everything in here. And it's roughly the same size as the bunking area itself. As he looks up and he says something in Undercommon, Cloaky, you understand him? Ah, Navor, what's going on? Who are these folks?
I assume he's talking to the guard here.
Yeah. The guard, who now has been identified as Navor. Sorry, Dendon. These are folks from outside town. Medic gave them permission to trade with the barracks if you're willing to. He looks over at you, your lot, and looks back at Dendon. She speaks Undercommon. The big one speaks Dwarvish. Dendon looks at your group and in Dwarvish he greetings, and Undercommon greetings.
Good to meet you.
What can I do for you?
I will turn to Morty and ask what it is he's looking for. We can't hear you, Morty.
You're muted, Morty.
Anything that will keep me alive, I mean the party, alive better, that is magical. I would like magic. Magic items, anything that will, help in the long run. Please. Stuff, things, yes?
We don't seem to have any kind of consensus on what is being looked for. I think he just wants to browse your wares.
Oh. All right. He gets down and moves to the side and opens up a little door that's roughly 4 foot high. Looks to be made out of bronze.
Morty has an idea. He's going to pull up a spell book and slap the front of it and just be like, this!
Morty.
I will turn to the shopkeep and say that he absolutely, under no circumstance, wants to see a book.
I have some of those. He goes back and...
No. Absolutely not.
Morty.
Do not ever show this man a book, ever.
Morty, don't you have a spell that lets you understand what people are saying?
I mean, I have a scroll.
Oh, you haven't had time to copy it, have you?
No, we haven't had any, moments.
Here, you can use
Morty,
mine. You can use mine.
You did see him turn around and start walking away to look for something. Then Cloaky said something, and he stopped, and and just kind of nods.
No, Morty's just gonna look straight at Cloaky. What's going on? It looked like he was getting something. Does he have books?
Only cursed books. You don't want anything to do with that.
But cursed books are magical. If we can break the
you
curse...
said anything that could help the party, that's not going to help the party. Leave it alone.
You don't know that.
Stop
what if it's a curse of good luck?
It's not. That's not a curse.
Brick's going to look at the gentleman in Dwarvish, say, I'd like to trade for one of these wonderful picks I see you guardsmen carrying, if you can spare it.
What do you got?
He takes his now spare shield, because now that he has the arrow, the wonderful arrow catcher, he takes his large spare shield and slets it on the counter, which is probably bigger than the counter.
No, it's about a tower shield to him. He takes it and looks it over. It's had some wear.
It's well used. That means it works.
Yeah, that's true. You don't see much upper make here. Good iron in it. Yeah, we can do that. As he pulls it down, if anything, I can melt it down and make another pickaxe.
Exactly.
So, he hands you a pickaxe. It's equivalent to a light pick.
Yes.
So die 6 damage if you use it.
Yes, indeedy.
He looks at the group and in Dwarvish he says, any potions, anything like that you might need? We do have some potions. We have a few scrolls that we use on expeditions as well.
What sort of magic do these scrolls do?
Mostly detection, some stone shaping, melding with stone, a lot of stone-based spells. We also have a variety of things that could be useful in case of siege. Stuff like fireball.
Oh. Would you mind letting us take a look at these scrolls?
No. I'll be keeping an eye on you, though.
Oh, of course. We'll be more than eager to trade.
Okay. You see, he goes into the back and comes back with a little crate and the crate has a couple dozen tubes in it. The tubes
Does Morty immediately recognize them as scroll tubes?
Yes. You would recognize a scroll tube just by the design of them.
He's just gonna stare at Cloaky. What?
Those aren't books, Morty. Those are scrolls.
Correct.
Magic! I was asking about magic!
Yeah, and then I had to let him know that you weren't asking for his cursed books. Jesus Christ.
I didn't mention anything about cursed books until
No.
you told me that those books were cursed.
Morty,
Let it
don't
go.
worry. Morty, don't worry. I got some. You can look through these scrolls and hopefully we can find something worth trading for. I'm saying this, and I guess I don't need to say I'm saying this in common because I'm talking to Morty.
Morty is immediately going to go over and start rifling through the scrolls.
I am going to be following and watching Morty aggressively and
don't worry.
irritatedly.
Brick's just gonna wait until Morty's check and shows what he's got, because then it's time to haggle.
So Morty would like to know what he sees.
Okay. Looking in, you see a variety of spell scrolls. Most of them seem to be druidic or clerical in nature. There are a few mage scrolls in there. One is floating disc. There is 2 scrolls of fireball.
I already got that.
There is a scroll of, I believe it's stone shape.
Stone shape.
I can't remember if that one was wizard or clerical. I believe it's
Yep, both.
Cleric, druid, and wizard.
okay.
Ow.
Level 2. Okay. So there's that. You also find a scroll of arcane lock.
That's cool.
And a scroll of earthbind.
Bind, you say?
Oh, that's a really cool spell.
Okay. So Morty's going to separate those scrolls. While everybody continues talking.
Okay.
Well, I mean, unless there's anything Cloaky and Voxis want, Brick's got what he's come for.
I'm good.
I was gonna say I'll ask one of you guys to ask him if he has any enchanted armor or studded leather, I should say.
Cloaky,
I'll ask him.
You want to handle that, Cloaky? I'll keep an eye on Morty and help translate for him.
Oh, I'm not leaving Morty, but I will ask.
He nods. Well, give me a second. He goes to the back, and after a bit, he comes back with a set of studded leather. He goes, it's sized for a dwarf.
We can make it fit.
As he looks at the half-elf and looks at the leather and looks at you, Cloaky, and says, armor sometimes resizes to fit. This is only a first circle. But it's magic.
I'll pass that info on and continue creeping on Morty.
Morty, are these all the spells you want? He holds up the ones he set to the side.
Well, Morty's just kind of like going through stuff.
Oh.
So I kind of want these. Can I have them?
Yeah, I'll haggle for you.
Sweet.
The trouble is, I don't know if they take money down here.
Oh. Well then.
Which ones did you want?
Floating disc, earthbind, stone shape, and arcane lock.
Okay. So
no.
that's third, 2 2s, and a 1.
No, Stone Shape is a 4th level spell.
Yep.
You sure? Is it?
Yeah, I have.
I'm
Oh
looking
wait,
at
I'm
it
sorry.
right
I'm looking
now.
at Stone shape is 4th level. 3rd level for earthbind. Floating disc is 1st, and 2nd for arcane lock.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Earthbind?
No, 1, 2, 2, 4.
1, 2, 2, 4.
No,
Yep.
Earthbind's a 2nd level transmutation. I'm looking right at it.
Right.
No,
that's a
I was
2.
talking Stone Shape.
Yeah.
And then there's a misspeak on Earthbind.
Okay, so
So it's
2
1, 2,
2s,
2.
1. Let me find the stone shape real quick. Because I really thought that was 3rd level.
It's
Okay.
a 4th.
No, it's 4th. We'll do it.
I mean,
said
it's
it.
not a game. It's not a game-breaking 4th.
No,
by any
no,
means.
but it is a good 4th.
Yeah.
With that, he says, yeah, we can. What do you got for trade? Coin. What do you got?
Do you take gold, friend?
Yeah.
How much gold would you want for all of these?
He looks at the scroll. He says, the floating disc, 100 gold.
Brick's going to be translating this to Morty as we go.
Does he take gems?
Yes.
Oh, I can imagine they take gems down here.
Okay. Morty's gonna reach into his robe of useful items and pull out one of his gems that's worth 100 gold
Okay.
and place it on the counter.
He'll take that and looks it over and slides the scroll of I forgot the name of it. It's the floating disc. Pushes that scroll, and then he actually puts another 10 gold pieces on the counter and pushes it forward also.
Hell,
Nice.
He says, I'll do those 2 scrolls for 5 of those gems.
Do you have 5
What's
more
he pointing
gems,
to?
Morty?
He's pointing at the 2. He's pointing at the Earthbind and shit,
Arcane Lock.
Arcane Lock and Earthbind. He's pointing at
Okay.
those 2, and then he points at
And-
the gem and he holds up his hand with 5 fingers up.
What about adding stone shape? Morty's gonna point at that the 3rd one as well. Like point at the 2 and then the 3rd one.
He points at the 4th level and he points to the gem and holds up 8
Total.
for
Morty pulls out 8 of the gems.
he slides just the scroll of stone shape up.
How many of those
Whoa. He's gonna put his hand up real quick. No. For all.
He goes like that. He holds up the 8 and then he holds up the 5.
Morty's going to try to haggle.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to try to say circle all of them for 9. He's going to hold up the 9 plus the 10 gold that he pushed back onto the table.
You can roll persuasion with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh.
Disadvantage is what? Shift?
Control.
Control. Okay. That didn't do that.
Okay,
But
just
I'm
roll
not
it
happy
again.
with that result. Yep.
Oh.
Just right.
Okay.
Adam, you can just right click and it'll give you the option.
Oh, can you?
I think for advantage if you hit, isn't it like shift? and then click?
No, it's control. It's just I have to wait for the thing to pop
Okay.
up on the screen.
When you do
gotcha.
that, he holds up the 8, and then he holds up 4, and points all.
He wants 12 for all of them.
Morty's just going to talk to Brick real quick. I don't have that many. I only have 9.
9, so you'll have 900. Morty, we only need 300 more.
I mean, I know, but wait. He's gonna Morty has some other scrolls as well.
Okay.
Would
Brick
he
will
do?
Brick will pass the comprehend languages scroll that he bought and ended up not needing to Morty.
No. He's not gonna. He's gonna say he's gonna hold up one of his scrolls of private sanctum and offer that in addition to the 8 and the 10 gold on the table.
Private Sanctum was a 4th level spell, right?
I'm checking real quick.
Yes, it is.
Ooh. Ooh.
He looks at the scroll. You see he pulls something off of his belt. It looks like a magnifying glass, and he unfurls the scroll as he looks at it through the glass.
Because that will offer him a better deal.
He puts the glass back in. He furls the scroll up, puts it back in the tube you had it in. He looks at the counter and he slides the stone shape and the arcane lock and the earthbind forward, and then he holds up 4 and points to the gem.
Okay, so I will leave 4 gems.
Okay. You got yourself those scrolls, and he gets the private sanctum scroll plus 4 gems worth 100 gold.
Sweet.
Wiggity a swooty.
He looks back at you, Brick, and anything else? I got plenty.
Are we good, Morty?
Puts that back in the tube. You're muted.
I shouldn't be.
Oh, you were for a second.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, we're good. Morty's good.
Okay. He looks at the rest of your group.
All right, now we just gotta haggle boxes.
I was gonna say, so will this armor actually form to my size if I try to put it on?
Let's try. He
Voxis puts
holds it up to try and help you. There is a 25% chance that it does not resize.
Okay.
So yes, it does resize.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
Yeah. Looks at you and says to Brick, "What's he got for trade or gold?"
Oh, what do you got? What do you got, Voxis?
Well, I have, and I'll pull out because I don't need him anymore. I have a chakram, and then I have that drow long knife of rebounding.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What was the other chakram?
Just a regular chakram.
He takes that, he looks it over, and looks kind of like raises his eyes at you, like, "What is this?" Then looks back at it, and he just kind of sets it aside on the counter, and he looks at the long knife. Yeah, pulls out you can tell that there's definitely a little bit better craftsmanship on this long knife as he pulls out the magnifying glass and takes a look. He puts the magnifying glass down, looks at the long knife. he looks at you, Brick, and he says, "This,
Yes.
12 of those gems.
What was that?
This and what equates to 12 of those gems, roughly."
So
in
he's talking
out of
the
game
long
turns.
knife?
He tells you like 1,200 gold plus this chakra.
He looks over at so he looks at Voxis, and in common, because he doesn't want the guy hearing this, Voxis, he's charging you 1,200 gold plus the knife.
Jesus, that's expensive for a +1 armor.
It's a rare item.
Voxis, do you feel more protected with this armor on?
Only slightly.
Slightly's better than nothing. How much money do you have, Voxis?
Oh, I got money. That's not the problem.
All right, I think I can help. And Brick's gonna pull out his spell scroll of comprehend languages, because Morty already has a copy of it, and Brick doesn't need this one. And he's gonna slap it on.
Morty does not have a copy of that. Just letting you know, but you don't know this.
I'll also pull out a pearl.
Okay.
It's worth 100 gold, but we'll see what he wants it for.
He surmises.
He takes it out and takes a look at it.
Do I have anything worth money?
He starts making hand motions at you, Voxis, like he's trying to. He's pointing at the pearl, pointing at the chakram. He holds up 10 fingers.
Okay, so he's dropped his price a little bit.
He's dropped 100 gold off of it if you throw the pearl in. So, chakram, pearl, 1,000 gold.
It's up to you, Voxis.
Oh, that's so expensive. Yeah, I guess I'll do it.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything here.
You have yourself a +1 set of studded leather. So, he
Here we
pulls
go,
it-
making
pulls it
gains.
all- he pulls it all behind the counter, shuffles it to the side, puts the coinage in a bag at a pouch on his side, looks to Cloaky and Brick, and anything I can do for you.
Do you have anything else magical, as in weapons, or was that about the only magical piece of equipment you had?
I have a few things.
Do you mind if we just take a look at them? We might not buy.
Yeah, sure. He goes behind the counter and he comes back and he has a hand crossbow.
Not for us.
He has a quiver.
Okay.
And then he also has a belt and a cloak.
Now, I don't think any of us are going to be interested in the crossbow and the quiver, but thank you. What does this belt and cloak do?
He goes, the cloak. Well, the cloak is nothing super special, but it lets you kind of act like a wizard for a little bit. It can make multiples of you appear.
Oh. Okay, that's interesting. What does the belt do?
The belt, well, first off, I should ask you how much you're willing to spend.
Depends on what this belt does. If this is, I've seen some belts in my time, and none of them have done much. So tell me what it can do, and we'll see.
Well, okay. So this is a belt of, from what I've been told, is a belt of hill giant strength.
Hold on. Okay. I want. Heck. I'm the only strength-based character in the game. Damn it.
Morty's just gonna kind of look over. Would Morty be able to identify those things?
Given enough time of handling them, you could. If you casted Identify and were touching them, yes, you could.
Okay.
But otherwise, you'd have to.
But I'm assuming the shop owner is not going to allow me to do that.
You can assume.
Yep.
Brick's gonna kind of turn to the rest of the group. Do any of you need anything like any of this? Any kind of like what?
What is it?
Well,
I mean, it's a cloak and a belt.
Well,
I didn't know that you were really into that sort of thing, but
so the thing of it is,
you also saw the hand crossbow and the quiver as well.
Do any of you want a crossbow and a quiver?
Separate.
I mean,
none of you. I'm personally not the type to fight from a distance.
I am absolutely the type to fight from a distance.
Yes, but you have magic. You have magic more. That's the thing.
Yeah, so I don't have to be anywhere near said fight.
Voxis, do you want a crossbow? Cloaky, I'm assuming you don't want a crossbow?
I sure don't want a crossbow.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Well, the shopkeeper, now he tells me that this belt is a belt of hill giant strength. But
Wait, of hill giant strength?
Yes. Now, it will make you fairly strong, but the question is, how much do we really need it? And I think maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong several times before, but I don't think any of you would really make use of it, would you? Voxis?
I sure couldn't.
That's what I kind of thought.
Sorry, I apologize. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Well, I mean, being strong kind of helps, right?
Yes, but I don't know how much it will improve my strength.
Oh, no, I'm not saying for you.
Yes, Morty.
So, what's he want for the belt?
He hasn't stated yet. I haven't started haggling yet. But he's made it sound like it's going to be a pretty penny.
Sure.
Brick's gonna turn back to the dude. So, friend, how much would you be willing to part with this belt for?
Says no less than 50 of those gems, as he points the gem that Morty gave him.
Oh, yeah, that's a little above our pay grade. So that cloak makes duplicates of you.
Yes.
Interesting.
I believe you could use it twice a day, and it creates illusions. These items, they came off some bodies of adventurers that were found in the depths.
I assumed. Does anybody... Turns back to the rest of the group. Does anybody want an illusion cloak?
I'm pretty sure I have enough cloaks.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I really do like the idea of an illusion cloak, but I think my cloak is a little bit better. I like it a little bit more.
Do you want a cloak besides me?
I think so.
Brick turns back to the guy.
I have a cloak with a bat on, so.
How much you want for the cloak?
For the cloak, it's pretty powerful. It's not as quite a. He says, "How much are you offering?"
How much are you wanting?
Let's start at 30 gems.
Okay. Well, wouldn't you know it? I don't have that kind of money.
Just curious, does he have any thieves' tool sets for sale?
Morty, I'm not sure if that's the best idea to be asking that question right now.
I'm just curious. Just curious.
I had to think of a way to phrase this so it doesn't look like we're a bunch of criminals. Friend, I have a question for you.
Morty's just gonna put his hand up to Brick real quick. Don't.
Okay. Brick, Morty, I'm quite the wordsmith. I might be able to phrase our way out of this.
You know what, Brick? I have faith in you. Just remember, it wasn't my idea.
I'm scared to ask. All right, I don't think.
Don't have to ask.
Friend, I don't think I'm gonna go for the cloak. We've gotten several things we've been looking that we think will make you good use of. So thank you for your wares.
Well, if that's so, then no harm. I appreciate the patronage that you did give. We'll put the gems to good use. Gems are always welcome.
Well noted, friend. Let me just roll some real quick for myself. Yeah. All right, Brooke will leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So, is that everything that you guys wanted to get?
Brooke got a pickaxe. He's happy.
I mean, it's not everything we wanted to get, but I mean, it'll work. Thank you.
Okay.
My wallet's considerably lighter, so.
My wallet was not heavy to begin with.
What's a wallet?
Yeah, actually, I'm wondering if you would offer or do a trade. I mean, I do have the rest of this robe, and it's full of all sorts of useful items.
I don't know, Morty. I don't know if any of that. He was asking for a lot for those things.
Hey, this robe is useful.
I'm not denying that. However, it is a robe of useful items with a few less useful items since we've started our adventure.
He doesn't know that.
I think we'll just leave it be, Morty. I don't think it's worth us dropping any more of our valuables to this location, at least.
Fine.
I was gonna ask something and now I can't even remember. Alrighty. Carry on. Oh, now I remember. Okay. Morty, don't you have a spell that lets you understand what people are saying?
Muted.
You're super muted.
He might be
Morty.
talking to his kids.
Oh, he might. Okay.
Sorry about that. I was totally muted. I've got a
Okay.
scroll of commune, but
Commune?
yeah.
You have a commune spell.
Yeah.
When did you get that, Morty?
Ages ago. Yeah, I got back when I got the private sanctum spell or scrolls, the telepathic bond, the legend lore.
But do you have a spell that lets you talk to other people?
I could ask yes or no questions.
Okay. Brooke's gonna hand him the comprehend languages spell scroll. I grabbed this back in the city, way back when. Like 3 days ago.
And I'm adding that to my inventory. And eventually he'll get a chance to go through it all.
And comprehend languages is just the written, not.
No, it does speak. It does speak.
You can understand language, period.
I thought that's what the tongue spell was for.
Tongues let you speak it as well.
Yeah, you can't speak comprehend languages, but you can understand it. Morty, are you capable of using a spell like commune?
And I'm sure I could eventually.
Okay.
Haven't really tried it. I mean, I personally would rather, put it in my spell book so that it's, more useful for longer periods of time than just the one-time use, because, that's how smart people get you. And then I could just, once I make my spell book as nice and thick and I can sell it off to the highest bidder and just make a copy.
Except, just so you know, you can't add that spell into your spell book because commune is not on the wizard's list. Out of game. You might not have realized it because Morty's not like the best arcane student. So
his entire thing, he's a terrible arcane student. But the thing is that he'll still copy it in there.
No,
It just may not be completely. It may not be useful, but it'll be in there.
all right.
All right. Well, friends, frankly, I'm beginning to understand this feeling you all experience of being tired.
Must be that soul you're growing.
Oh yes. Also, Cloaky thinks I'm growing a soul.
I mean, souls are interesting things, but do they really grow? I mean, I thought that they just kind of exist and enter. I mean, I know that you could tear them apart, but then they go back together. It's an interesting thing. Souls are weird.
It's also been a question of whether or not I even have a soul.
You're growing a soul for sure.
I mean, there is technically no proof that they exist.
I mean, I can manipulate my soul. Would you like me to punch you with my soul and see how that feels?
That's just effort. That's a lot of effort.
I mean, devils and the like are known for taking your soul. I have to imagine there's some truth to the stories.
Yeah, but it's just like any type of lore. There's always some sort of presence of truth, even if not all of it is true.
Morty is speaking. Morty, that's one of the most intelligent things I've ever heard you say.
Sorry?
Speaking
I'm
facts.
also sorry because it's wrong. Souls are very real.
Because it's wrong.
I'm gonna side with the priestess on this matter. She seems more well informed on these things.
Listen, I'm just
Excuse me,
saying,
Voxis.
religious types always want to talk about a soul. That's all I'm saying. It's always eternal damnation or eternal
I'm
joy.
sorry. How many times have you heard me talking about a soul? Exactly.
I just said in general, religious types.
Morty, I'm a religious type.
You are?
Do you even know each other?
A big guy. I like him.
Just smashes things with a hammer.
Exactly. He hits things really, really effectively.
And this group has been traveling together for at least a couple months now.
What is this game? Okay. Oh, Brick doesn't do that. Brick's gobsmacked at the moment. Morty, you've never seen me. You've never seen me pray.
I don't zone that type of stuff out. I just figured you were like, meditating or going into like one of those like weird stupors that I go into in order to sleep.
I suppose. And he kind of holds his amulet of the sacred flame. That he wears around his neck.
A lot of people wear jewelry.
Oh, okay, Morty, you're fair. Okay, you're fair. You're being fair. That's fair.
It's not fair, my being dumb. He's being dumb.
At this point, the shop owner is kind of just like tapping on the counter and looks at your group like, because I assume you're all speaking in common at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh,
he says in
I'll
Dwarven,
apologize to the shopkeep and let him know that one of our party members is a little slow and we're just trying to help him out. But we'll do this elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah.
We apologize for taking up space.
No problem.
This guy's talking to us both, swapping between Undercommon and Dwarven. Okay. Is there anything else? Or as we walk out, is there anything else we need? At least right now. All right, I think we're all ready for some rest then.
Okay.
I'll turn to the guard who was helping us and let him know that we're ready to sleep for the night.
All right. The guard nods and we'll take you back to Medic's place.
Cool.
Yeah.
As we're walking along, I do have a question. So as Brick's not looking for it super hard, but it just kind of trying to notice. Do we see any other like any other peoples besides Deep Gnomes?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's private. Well, right now it's all you see is Deep Gnomes. But you don't know a lot about the Underdark, so it's kind of hard to tell if that's normal or not.
Exactly. As we're walking back, Brick's gonna quietly talk to the rest of the group as this guy, in common, obviously. Hey, do you guys remember the things we came down here to look for?
Yes.
I'm trying not to say their name.
Good call.
Cloaky, do you think what we met before might be related to that?
I've been thinking about it. It seems very probable that they have something to do with it, though I'm not convinced for sure that that's them. Might be.
Morty Voxis, what do you think, just from what we've told you?
What, you mean like the worms?
No, after the worms.
We met our squishy friend out there.
Well, yes, but Cloaky and I met. Okay, I gotta ask, out of game here. Did Cloaky inform Brick of what happened while he was not conscious?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I'm not speaking with stuff I don't know about. No, after I don't remember personally, but Cloaky interacted with them. They're strange elf people.
Pretty sure I mostly just told you that, like, they made the floor drag you outside. I didn't give you, like, a huge amount of information, but I also don't have very much.
Morty.
I just said strange elf people because I'm like,
I'm actually curious. Would Morty be able to identify what type of elves those were?
Do you have history as a trade skill?
Not as a trade skill. Not as a trade skill.
Voxis?
I mean, I'm a bard, so I have half trained on
let
everything.
both of you roll. It is a pretty high DC. I'm going to let you know it's a pretty high DC.
Okay, just regular roll?
Yep, just a straight history roll.
Come on, guys, come on. Damn!
Probably not making that one.
That, not that you know of. That description is pretty new. I will let anyone with Elven descent, if they actually have proficiency in the religion roll, I will let them roll, and the DC would be lower.
Again, a bard, so does that count?
I will let it count.
Okay. Religion, you said?
I do not have proficiency in religion.
Okay. So Voxis and Selichah, religion-wise, relating back to elves, you know that supposedly elves were all one race at one point, and then the Great Sundering happened, and it split the elves into basically different races. You had wood elves, high elves. In this setting, it's Valinar. What's the other way? There's a few types of elves, Drow being one of them, and supposedly there were two different types of Drow or Underdark elves. That much you know. One of them was the Drow. The other one supposedly went extinct long ago. Arany, that's right. But you don't know of any other elves that could potentially be what she described. And those the other elves that went extinct, nobody's heard of them or anything since the Great Sundering. So there is no real name that people know of. An elder of the elves might know, but they'd have to be
Morty
hundreds
has
of
an
years old.
idea, but we would have to be in a place that we could rest.
Okay.
So are we going back to the house?
This whole talk is happening while you're on the way back to Medic's house.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, guys, I have an idea. I may know of a way to find out. I might be able to figure out what those guys are.
I think so.
And how many of us have to die for this plan of yours?
No, nobody. I got a book. And Morty's going to hold up the Tomb of Expanding Knowledge.
That's a good idea, Morty. Morty, if all else fails, I might be able to use that commune spell you have.
Talk about that later. I might be able to find it out in this.
Yeah, I know. It's a plan. It's a plan. C, B, Z, whatever we need.
Okay. So you guys have time to rest.
Oh, thank God.
To take a full rest at this point.
So we get a long rest?
You get a long rest.
Oh, baby. Sweet, sweet spell slots.
So before Morty does his long rest, he's definitely going to try to attune to that book.
Okay.
So that he can try to possibly research this type of elf.
Okay. So you
He's going to have to unattune to something else though. So he's going to remove his attunement to his cloak of protection to attune to the book.
Okay. So after that, you're not trained in either of them, so they're probably both at the same bonus. You will be able to using the tome, be able to repeat the check on knowledge that you've already failed on. I'm not going to give you advantage because you're retrying a check you've already done.
Okay, even though the tome gives advantage?
Yes.
Because you're redoing a check.
Okay.
Yeah, normally you would, if you roll a check and you don't have the knowledge on it, you can't re-roll that kind of check until you've gained a level.
Gotcha.
So, with this book, since you failed the check, normally it gives you advantage. Basically, I'm letting you roll that second die.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
are you canceling out his disadvantage right now? Is that pretty much what it's doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But it has to be history. It cannot be religion because I'm not
either
trained. Well, I thought you said I could only do religion if I was.
If you were trained in it, yes.
Right.
And
which I am not.
So it has to be history. So
it automatically rolls it that way. I have no control over it. So I'm assuming it's the 11.
No, we'll do the 22.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Because technically, if you look up to your history check, your first one was an 11.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just take this.
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna argue it. I'm not gonna argue it.
So with that, still, even with the expanding knowledge of the book and looking through, there were a group of elves that dwelled within the Underdark with the Drow. At the start, when in the Eberron setting, when the elves of the Scorpion God, turned to their practices, the other group of elves did not agree with it, and they kept akin to what their original race was, which was very much worship of the world and that kind of stuff. So this other group of elves, and the name suddenly comes to you as the Seer elves.
Okay.
They are a subterranean elven race that have basically attuned to the earth itself and are known to be adept at using stone magic and runes and that. There is not a whole lot of knowledge, but it is believed that they have been wiped out. But the Tome of Expanding Knowledge does give you a brief description of them, and it is very similar.
Okay.
Do you relay that?
I absolutely am going to. In only a way that Morty can. Which is, he's going to jump out in front of all of you guys and go, "Hey guys, it works! You're never going to believe it. These things are good. Those guys that you guys came across, those weird elf people," and he's going to just ramble on in common, obviously. Yeah, they were the Seer elves. At least that's the best way that this book is able to describe them. I'm not sure if that's actually going to be the case, but anyway, it was called the Seer elves. They use like runes for all their abilities and magics, and they were like one of the older races. They're believed to be extinct. So who knows if this is actually the case? But it's great. It's like, this might actually answer some of the questions. I don't actually want to go after them if they are supposedly extinct because I don't know how dangerous they are.
Cloaky, I obviously can't remember. But does that sound anything close to what we encountered?
Oh, by the way, did the book give a physical description of them?
Yeah, I said that the physical
Oh, I'm sorry.
description was pretty similar, if not
Okay,
spot
okay,
on.
so it was similar. My apologies, I missed that part.
Yeah.
And he is also going to relay that. It's like, and according to what you guys were saying about their looks, according to the book, it says that's a pretty accurate description of the two of them. Just throw it out there.
If you basically took a normal elf and stretched them vertically, that's pretty much what they are. You know, thinned out their arms and legs, elongated their fingers a little bit, stretched their ears a little bit.
Two elves. I mean, yeah, that's an app. Yeah.
Is this all matching up, Cloaky?
I'm not sure I buy it.
It's from the book from your people.
What do you mean buying that we'd be that lucky that it would be exactly what we're looking for?
No, just like some of the descriptions and stuff seem a little bit off.
That's fair.
I'm not super sure that this is the same thing.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe they're just a bunch of weirdos. It happens.
Listen, I'm just relaying what the book told me.
Oh no, Morty, you could be right, but Cloaky also has a point. It could be too much of a coincidence that these people that we're looking for, Cloaky and I just happened to stumble upon these people that the book told you about.
Seems to me like it's more likely that those were people who were masquerading as something that doesn't exist to mask their identity.
So they would masquerade as something that doesn't exist.
Maybe. That's
pretend that they exist.
I mean,
to
do
not
you
exist.
have any idea what they are? Because I don't. And it makes more sense to me to masquerade as something I've never heard of. And then when I come across it, I have no way of verifying anything about it because we assume that it has been.
But at that point, then why masquerade as it?
So that we don't know who they are.
But that just seems like lying with more steps. all they have to do is just say that, hey, no, we're such and such, the blue-skinned people of, Krakatoa. They just have to say something like that, and now you've got something to associate them with.
That is functionally what they did. They chose a race similar to my own that I was likely to be familiar with.
So why would they bother making it a race that would be similar to yours, or to any race at that point?
I don't know if
they could have made themselves appear as...
I have no idea what their motivation was, other than to make me leave.
But it just seems like more steps that aren't necessary.
I think
it's fair to assume that I would be afraid of something I think is extinct, and that would make me want to leave, which was their end goal.
Okay, they could have made themselves look like ghouls.
Friends.
And then just make you run away.
Friends, I think that our only way to solve this particular mystery is to go find those people again and have a longer conversation.
But if they're dangerous, I don't want to find them.
Morty, they
seem pretty dangerous.
Morty, they might be the reason we're down here.
The reason why you're all down here. I don't want to be here.
Morty, we're in a democracy, and I think you're outvoted at the moment.
I don't believe this is a democracy. This is just kind of like, hey, grab the wizard and drag him with. That's not democracy. I mean, it's practically indentured
how
servitude.
it works in this day and age.
Morty, I won't let anything bad happen to you.
And I do believe that. From you, I do believe that. Because you make things squish real good.
It is one of my few talents, yes.
Yeah, and you excel at that talent, sir. You excel at it.
Tell you what.
But if I remember correctly, were you unconscious when you came across them?
Morty, they only get to drop. Anything only gets to drop on me once. once.
But what if they have a way of making you unconscious?
I'll be fine, Morty. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't trust that. I mean, I'm sure that you do. That's great. Kudos to you, buddy. I like it. I like your confidence. I don't have that confidence.
How about we all rest on it and then see how we're actually feeling in the morning? Because technically we haven't taken our rest yet.
You say that. You say rest on it, and then we'll decide in the morning. What I hear is everybody gets some sleep. We're doing this in the morning without your consent, Morty.
No.
It is already
morning because you had to attune to your book overnight.
Oh, it is morning then? Okay.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Here,
Okay.
better idea. Let me rephrase that. The elders did say we could trade information with them. So maybe we can find out something from them that'll better point us in that direction. And maybe we won't even have to go find those crazy.
Can we at least spend one extra day here? Please.
I don't have a problem with it, Voxis, Cloaky.
I'm ready to move out when you guys are.
I would like to see what information we find before I commit to staying or leaving.
That's fair.
I'm okay with that, but I just wanted to ask if we could at least stay an extra day.
All right.
This way, if for whatever reason we as a group decide to leave and venture out towards these people, which I am not agreeing to right off. I'm telling you this now. I am not agreeing
I'll say
to
I
that.
don't mind you staying here while we go investigate.
I would like to make sure that I have a little bit of extra protection on me. That's all
fair.
I'm saying.
You could spend the rest of the day transcribing some of that magic you've gathered, Morty.
I could. However, that is probably what I'm going to do.
Okay.
As well as he's going to re-attune to his robe or his cloak.
Do you want to stay here, Morty, while we go talk to the elders?
So yeah, all Morty's going to do, Morty's just going to like go back to trying to transcribe stuff back into his magic book. He's got a lot of things he needs to still finish up before he gets to the new scrolls. But
no, absolutely.
He's gonna keep working on those while you guys go venture out into the information gathering. And he's going to reattune back to his cloak of protection then.
Okay.
Before we leave for the next day.
Is Dick? Is he gone already?
No,
gone?
He is waiting for you upon the morning. He is an early riser. So he is, sitting there. He's got breakfast ready for him, some more of that cheese, some kind of fungus that's been sauteed in a pan, it looks like.
Oh my. Have any of you actually eaten that? Brick has not, but have any of you?
I'm assuming everybody's been eating their own rations, as nobody has actually said they were eating it.
Well, with the food described as moldy, he's
like on the surface, you would take that as looking moldy, but it does look like that is the natural color of whatever it is.
Morty's gonna keep to his rations.
Okay. I'm a bard. I'll try it.
Okay.
It's exotic taste.
It tastes like mushroom bread. Like
okay. I'll
like they used mushrooms to create flour instead of flour or wheat or anything like that.
They used mushroom in this. Well, that's a different taste and texture.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not the worst thing I've eaten.
Cheese is pretty good though.
Cheese.
Yeah.
Want some, Morty?
That's Ronth cheese.
A what?
Ronth.
Sorry, I think you're speaking in a different tongue. Again.
No, he's saying it in Dwarven to you. It's Ronth.
No, and he's saying I don't know what the hell that is.
Oh, big furry creature. He kind of describes almost what sounds like a yak.
So, friends, in common, he's saying, Brick is saying this. So, friends, I think they have mole yaks.
Half-mates.
Okay. After a while, he says, "When you're ready, I'll take you to meet with the council."
If you don't mind, our friend Morty plans on staying here to transcribe some spells.
Very well. The
He
guards
won't
will
be
be out front in case he needs anything.
Excellent. Rick will convey that to Morty.
Okay.
They do speak Undercommon, Morty.
Oh, they do? Oh, that's perfect. I can communicate with them.
Of course.
So, Medic takes you, leads your group through the town, leads you up to what was described as kind of like the cathedral. It's nothing extraordinarily fancy, though you do see more markings of runic markings on the walls. And you do see that there are various crystals and gems laden in like doors, and it does look to have stained glass windows.
Do the runes look familiar to me at all?
The runes don't look... They're not like super familiar. They are vaguely familiar of what the book showed you. As Medic leads you through the doors. Once again, the doors are kind of low, but once you're inside, the ceiling goes up to about 10 feet. 15 at its highest point, which is like the central dome. Where he leads you up and into a chamber where you see 5 gnomes sitting upon almost like a dais, and Medic leads you to the center of the room as he walks around to join, or 4 gnomes, 1 empty chair. He goes around to join the other 4, thus becoming 5 gnomes. You see 4 males, and then there is a female that is in the center of the group.
Is any of their chairs more elaborate or set up higher than the others?
The center one, which is the female, seems to have a higher perch.
How high up in the air are these gnomes? Just
about eye height now.
With Brick?
Yeah.
Excellent. Or in common, Cloaky, do you want to do the talking, or do you want me to do the talking?
I think probably we should ask if they prefer Undercommon or Dwarven.
You two are talking in common currently, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. The center one, the female, interjects and says, "Anything that you say here, I can convey to my compatriots, though a few of us do speak common. My name is Denween. I am the Stone Seer of Swerfhaven."
Oh, well, we've heard much about you, Stone Seer.
As I have heard of your group coming into town, and there are many questions that we have for you, as well as I expect you have many of us. We have shown you hospitality.
Yes, and we greatly appreciate that.
We are willing to share our secrets with you on agreement of a task if you would aid us.
What is this task?
She makes a couple motions and chants a few words, and you recognize, well, actually, Voxis, you're probably the only one that would have Arcana to recognize it.
I mean, half proficient because bard.
Okay.
You're the most magical among the three of us.
As you're pretty sure, as the effect of the spell starts happening, that you know it's stone shape as a small dais appears, as there is a tablet that appears on it, melded out of the stone.
Wheaton iPad.
As why is that not showing? Oh, it's because it's not on screen.
It popped up on my screen, but I'm closing it since I'm not there.
Okay. Not quite sure how to copy that image over so it pops up on stream, but a map shows up that shows you a few places as well as paths through the area, and she says, I would like you to travel a little ways and clear out some trolls.
Cool.
This would prove your capabilities, that you are able to survive in the deeper reaches of Kyber. I believe, as the name Umbragen was brought forth, that is the reason you are down here, as you are searching for information on them.
You would not be incorrect in that assumption, Stone Seer.
As the eldest among my people and the most educated in matters of the past, I do have knowledge of the Umbragen, and I am willing to share it if you can complete this task. If you are to travel further, clear out some trolls. These trolls have been a thorn in our side for quite some time. They occasionally raid our outer posts, and they never leave my people alive. Only those that have forewarning and can run away often escape them.
How many trolls are there?
I believe it to be a tribe.
That's great. That means there's a lot.
I don't know exact numbers, but we know there are at least a dozen or more.
Okay, nobody tell Morty where we're going.
Oh, no.
I will give you this information when dealing with trolls, as my people have had to combat them before. Fire and acid are a must-have when dealing with them, as they are beasts that regenerate.
That sounds annoying.
It very much so. If you cut off a limb, that limb will become a free entity of itself, so you must burn their corpses to
trolls.
to ensure they remain dead.
Stone Seer, not to sound ungrateful for this, bargain, this deal you're proposing. I may be speaking for myself here, but my friends and I are not specifically equipped to handle trolls. Do you have anything that may help aid us in this trial? Besides that graciously given piece of information.
It is... If you are powerful enough to survive the area, I believe that adventurers have found other ways in there. I believe there may be treasure that might aid you on your journey and make you stronger, as the chieftain of their tribe has often been seen throwing magic, and trolls, often as dumb as they are not akin to that.
A magic troll. Okay. Well, thank you for that heads up. That was amazing.
If you manage through the tunnels further in, just beware that the further you go into the depths of Kyber, the further down, the more danger that awaits you as you start journeying into the realms of madness.
That's a
Oh, by the way, real quick, I need a saving throw from everyone in the party at the beginning of the day. Wisdom saving throw, by the way.
So when this starts, does everybody get a bonus because of Brick being close by?
Yeah, everyone.
I really hope so.
You get a +2 on top of whatever you rolled.
I rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1 with a +5.
Yeah, with a
So he's got
+5,
an 8.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
So he's got an 8 total.
Okay.
Selection got 25 and Voxis got a 19.
So beyond that, she tells you the furthest depths you'll want to go to is the city of the glass pool. That would be...
Really quick, that would actually only be a +4. I won't have the +5 until the next day.
Okay. She tells you what you search for is there, but you will need more information to get there. I will let you know that. If you go without my aid, there is a very likely chance that you will not survive the journey.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we, if it would please you, we would like to have a day to get our feet under ourselves. And I think once we've had a day to kind of, or to calibrate properly, I think we'll head to this troll tribe.
Okay. As for that, take the time you need to rest. When you are ready and you are willing to make that trip down, I bid you good luck. Upon return, yes, I will share any information I can. We are in desperate need of this aid, and I can't thank you enough.
It is our pleasure, Stone Seer. Out of Brick says, "Is there anything else we need to say, you two?" I don't mind doing the heavy lifting in the conversation, but I don't want to make sure I don't miss anything. Good.
No,
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
I'm good. I'm good. Let's go buy some oil, though, as a
That's a
precautionary.
brilliant
tip.
idea.
Stroll.
Okay. So as you guys get ready to leave the chamber, that is where we're going to leave off with this session.
Damn.
And just so you know, everyone can go ahead and level up to level 7 as you have completed a milestone. So next time we start up, you'll all be level 7. That means new abilities, new spells, every which way as we go to encounter the trolls.
God.
Quick question.
Yes.
You said we had to make wisdom saving throws. I clearly have failed it.
Oh, I know. I have it noted down.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
he has it in his little black book that he has.
I needed to know if it was something that I had to worry about right now versus when we sleep.
Not that you know of.
Okay.
Best thing too, if something does happen, no one's around him right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is another reason why I was asking if it's something I should worry about right this moment.
I thought, you know what? Leave Morty there. He'll just do his homework. We'll be fine. He'll be fine. We just gotta go talk to some gnomes. It's fine.
So, like I said, we'll pick up 2 weeks from today. We start at 7 p.m. Central Time till about 9 p.m. Central Time. Sometimes we might go later. I want to thank my players, Mordithas, Voxis, Brick, and Cloaky. The game wouldn't be what it is without you guys. Thank you very much for stopping by again.
Well, thank you, sir, for another great night.
I want to thank RJ Pope for following the stream. I appreciate that. Once again, thank you everyone for stopping by. Thank you. And as always, be intrepid and journey on, friends. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
Take care.